I do want to talk about this, though, and I kind of wanted to start with this tonight, but it's not really Georgia-related news, and you guys tell me to hammer the dogs, and if I don't talk dogs, y'all don't really want to talk, which may change one day. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to have to, but it may change one day. We're always going to give you dogs, but sometimes I got some other things, like this right here. Sammy Brown made a tremendous decision today. A tremendous decision for Sammy Brown. Let me explain something to you. Okay, I was watching a coaching clinic the other day from your Kirby Paul Smart, because why the hell not? Got nothing else better to do. So I'm watching this coaching clinic, and I'm sitting there, and Kirby got the all-22 up from Clemson, and he's showing Clemson Ohio State a couple playoff games ago, and he's showing the backside cut to the door, boom, 6, and he's like, y'all see this? Watch these linebackers. And as soon as he paused it, as soon as he saw grass, you could see that old Skowski, that old dirty mofo. You could just see him just click and go. He just fire, right? As soon as he saw grass, as soon as he saw open window in his visual, he said, go now, click and drive, right? Immediately right down the hill. He talked about, basically showing these clips and then explaining like, hey, with how modern offenses now run inside zone, this right here, this type of defense that Venables and Clemson and now Clemson's new defensive coordinator and all these guys run, okay, this style of defense leads to a lot of tackle for losses, leads to a lot of havoc plays, leads to a lot of -3s where the quarterback hands the ball off to the running back and he immediately gets smacked. But it also leads to a lot of these, linebacker filled, there's a hole that now opened up in backside B gap. They don't have a second level defender, and boom, foot in the ground, go. Good back hits us for 60. There's a lot of that, right? So it's a give and take. And if you know anything about Kirby Smart, that's like the antithesis of the type of defense that he wants to play. That dude wants to play suffocating defense. He wants to be a boa constrictor. He wants to just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze 3 yards at a time. Doesn't care. You're going to eventually turn it over or run out of downs, right? So his method of defense is more of like, hey, if we see a gap, let's like approach it, but let's not sprint into it. Let's just close the gap. Let's just squeeze, right? Let's just squeeze. So basically, what you would actually happen is, right, when a hole would flash open, linebackers would just squeeze that hole and chase that backside, that near hip. It's really hard on audio and a visual purpose, but you get what I'm saying. There's one style of defense that is much more like sprint and stick, right? Or sprint and fill team is what I like to call these, right? Big, striking linebackers, the Skowskis, right? As soon as they see grass, go. We want to go. We want to stick. We want to fully commit. We don't have to worry about any second guessing or indecisiveness. Our job is to fill what we see, whereas Georgia's linebackers are much more modern mobile backers. They're like a scrape and chase football team, right? You scrape with your shoulders square. As soon as you see green grass where we have to go, we have to commit now, boom, chase, right? Scrape and chase versus a defense that is much more based on sprint and stick, right? Sprint and stick. Well, if you've listened to anything we've talked about on this platform with regards to Sammy Brown, the moment we turned on the tape, what did we say? Sammy Brown is the most explosive pound-for-pound linear athlete we've evaluated. What does linear athlete mean? Well, that means that son gun is straight line, in a line, linear. Okay, 6'3", 230 pounds, 10.6 in the 100, 40-plus inch vertical, right? And a tremendous broad jumper. Okay, everything squats out the ass. I mean, just ridiculous numbers. Power cleans 405. All of these metrics that are linear metrics, these are signs of explosivity, right? That dude just went to the best defense for him, for what he does. I'm not saying he couldn't have come to Georgia or won't come to Georgia or the walls are closed in or whatever. His decision today was committed to the best football program that fit his styles. That's straight up. All right. Now, culturally, that kid is a Clemson kid, just like Barrett Carter is a Clemson kid. All right. I said the other day, there are two types of football players. There are players that never see the camera, never would ever even acknowledge it. You'd never catch a photo of them actually looking at the lens. And then there's another type of player who can't not see it. That sun gun, if there's one camera on the field and he's at the backside pylon, if that sun gun scores, he going to be like, what's up, baby? He going to find it. There are two different types of football players nowadays. All Clemson football players are the first. Ain't a damn Clemson player one ever asked me for a photo. Not one. Sammy Brown didn't even follow me until like a month ago. That dude is not into it. That dude is not into anything but, hey, fishing, playing football. Great decision for Sammy Brown today. And, that is what it is. Sometimes the Georgia beat reporter and the Georgia guy, the film guy, is going to come on here and tell you, football-wise, great decision. Great decision for Sammy Brown. Oh, hey there. What you just watched was a portion of our live broadcast, Nothing But Rants, NBR, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about, and I pontificate upon them. They're not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. If you want to join us live, we are live Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 9 p.m. here on the channel. Please subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. If you like it, there's probably more in one of these windows. We'll see you next time.